So we're finally at the next stage, which is prep for paint, almost. There's still a little bit of bodywork to be finished in the shell. The doors are all ready to go, and the next stage for us is resto finish poly primer. It's what we call the paint stage. We're spraying the product on, so it's paint stage. But technically, there's still a little bit of bodywork involved there after it's all cured. But doors are ready to go. We're gonna get the 4 doors in, get them primed, and while they're curing, we can finish off the other little bits on the shell and then get it in and get it poly primed as well. So these doors are ready to go and get a couple of coats of the poly primer on them. And the poly primer is a high build product. It's also direct to bare metal product. So these bare metal patches in between the body filler, they're not a problem. And a couple of coats of it are going to build it up enough that it's just going to allow us to perfect that final surface before a couple of nice wet coats of primer before paint. And the easiest way to describe the poly primer is it almost forms like an eggshell over all your body filler. You know, you get different bits of body filler that are maybe mixed at just slightly different rates, and over time you can get shrink back in body filler, and also you can get a lot of shrink back in primer. So if you pile too much of final primer on, trying to get rid of your imperfections, over time that shrinks back fairly rapidly, and that's why you get real pinch back in your paint, loses its gloss. Whereas with the poly primer process, you won't get that. It's going to give us a great base to lay the primer, final primer down on, and over time it holds up really well. It's a high solid product, and the results speak for themselves. We've been doing jobs with this product for years, and they just keep lasting and looking good, and you never have any dramas with it. So, going to mix it up, get it on there. You need to give this resto finish poly primer a really good stir. It gets some settlement in the bottom of the can. So if you're doing this at home or even in a resto shop, make sure you stir it a lot. It actually stirs up pretty good, not like some other products we've used, but yeah, better if you've got a mixing machine or whatever, you can just whack it on there. But for the purposes of this, I'm just doing it by hand. So we've given that a good stir up now. All the lumpy bits are gone. And it's the lumpy bits you really want to get mixed in, because that's where all the good stuff is. But time to get this into some cups, get some hardener in it. So with this hardener, it's literally 10 mil per 500 on the mixing cup. So slowly, just a little bit at a time. A little bit more, and a little bit more. That's good. It always amazes me how a little bottle of hardener like this can cure all of that. Yet, when it comes to clear coat, you need a huge amount of hardener. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so we've got all the VK heads all final wash and that. Now it's time for assembly and set the valve springs. Okay, so we've got the VK block all prepped, ready to go, had the final wash. Now we're going to fit some in cam bearings and start assembling the engine. Here we go.
So with all the other panels, I pretty much bodyworked them off the car, which actually makes life a lot easier. But with these two panels, I decided to put them back onto the car to make sure that the body lines are going to be right. I was just a little bit worried that they weren't going to sort of line up. This door had old previous damage that we had to actually re-repair, and the same with this guard. But at this stage, all the lines are good. Very happy about that. And I'll be able to take them off shortly and then finish off around all the edges and leave them to tidy up. So for now, we're good to go. We're almost over the hill with this bodywork. This is the last panel, thankfully, that I need to get done. Then it's in, resto finish. And thank God I've got a hoist, because doing this stuff when it's on the ground is not nice. So I'll march on with it.
Back at MTL, all the parts have arrived and Mick's got everything at his fingertips, new parts and consumables to finish assembling the engine.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we're actually dialing in the camshaft. We're looking for about 84 thou at top dead centre. Once we know that we're there, we'll put a degree wheel on the front and check to make sure that the degrees is right for the cam card as well. We're getting ready to put the timing cover on, so we're going to put a little bit of glue on the gasket, so we prep the surfaces. Okay, now we've got the timing cover bolted on. Because these Allen key bolts get recessed into the timing cover, there's no washers. I like to put a little bit of just some blue light strength 243 Loctite on there, just because we don't have option to have a spring washer or a flat washer inside the recess. Okay, so we've got the manifold here off the VK engine. We've dummied it up, sat it in the valley, measured all our angles. We've got a machine about 40 thou aside off to get it to sit in, line up with the ports and the bolt holes okay. So I've set it all up. Now we're going to give it a machine and retest fit it.
Back here at Resto HQ, I've been working my fingers to the bone, literally. There's an endless amount of rubbing in this car. We're on the Resto finish stage, so we're splining, we're also using blocks, and lots of just sandpaper in the hand. With the roof, you can't put too much pressure on it, you can't be aggressive with it. You just gotta let the sandpaper do the work and just rub it over and over again. And then with the cowl and in around the jams and the boot jam and everything, there's lots of stuff that just has to be done by hand. It takes time, but you know, without taking the time, you don't get great results. But it's looking really good. I'm really happy with how it's coming up, and I'm down to the last panel. So you see, there's got highs and lows here. I started splining it out. I usually start with the 80 grit, then work through to the 120, then the 180, and then a light little finish of 240 before the final primer. So we're at an exciting stage. Next is final prime.